This is my review of Night Callers from last night. It was actually a pretty great show. There was no guest. Actually, I was kind of the guest because I called in during the first hour, and I was on for about, I guess about an hour or so. I guess I was on, and the main topic was the history of Bigfoot, and several of the historical reports were discussed on the show. There was actually also some trivia questions that were asked and answered. And a lot of people, there were people in the chat room who knew the answers to some of the questions. I knew the answers to all the questions actually. But one of the questions was referring to the Memorial Day footage. One question was referring to who was the rich millionaire that funded the expeditions looking for the Yeti. That was Tom Slick. There was one other trivia question which I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, really great show about the history of Bigfoot. Then we talked about some of the classic cases, including the Osmond case, the Albert Osmond case. Talked about several of the classic cases, including the Chapman incident, that was the footers, by the way, the footers in the field. Reading off the Ivan Sanderson article from True Magazine about the Ruby Creek Chapman incident, and that was a pretty interesting segment. All in all, there were no other callers except myself. Actually, there was a 509. That was Tom Control. He was talking about the Jerry Crew footprint finds, and that Ray Wallace was actually out of the country at that time, so he could not have been there to fake the footprints, even though his family said he faked footprints. It was never actually proven that he did. So that was an interesting historical perspective, because Tom Control used to work those road construction crews, with those road construction crews. And he has experience with that. So he knew, and he's had experiences with Sasquatch. Anyway, it was a really great show, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed being part of the show. I was kind of the specialist on hand as far as the historical aspects went. Not sure what they have planned for next Sunday, but it'll be 7 Eastern, 6 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/nightcallers. I have not listened to the Squatch Detective yet. I'll be listening to it probably today or tomorrow. And I'll put a full review of it up on my YouTube account as well. But anyway, there'll be no MNBRT radio tonight because Abe's going to be on the way home from the conference, the Ohio conference, which I understand did very well and was well attended. It was attended by over 400 people. Not quite the record that Don set last year, but still, that's a pretty respectable number of people. Probably, I think it's more than attended the Sasquatch Summit. That's for certain. Which I love the Sasquatch Summit, as you all know. Anyway, as always, with all the Blog Talk Radio Bigfoot shows, we do encourage you to please tune in and support great research.